evening, friends. So we want to start looking at how do we prepare for the December holidays. How do we prepare for the December holidays? That will be our subject of this week. Like I've said, December happens to be a very heavy consumption month. Traditionally, it is expected that we are going to be spending a lot, we are going to be doing a lot of social activities, and it's very likely that if you're not careful, then you will end up overspending, you will end up overdoing things, you will end up getting into problems. So how do we approach the planning for December? 3 things, like always. So the first thing is you need to put down a list of all the cost activities that you will be involved in the month of December. What are those activities you want to do in December? And they are going to cost you. They have a cost implication on your finances. For example, you're planning for a holiday for your family or for yourself out of your normal place where you stay. So you're planning for a holiday. Definitely that is going to have a cost implication. So list it down as one of the things you must do. Probably you're also planning, you must buy some new clothes, some new items, some gifts for friends, for family. You have those plans. You know it is December. It is expected, your children are expecting that you will buy for them some new clothes, you'll buy for them some new gifts. Your extended family is also expecting. That's a cost item on your budget. List it down. Then number 2 is you need to put an estimate or a budget of what is every activity likely to cost you. For example, that holiday that you're planning to take, that family gathering that you're planning to have during the holidays, how much is it likely to cost? You might not have all the little details of everything it will cost, but you need to put up at least an estimate cost of how much it is going to cost you to pull up whatever activity it is. Even if you don't have the exact cost of how much you will need to spend, then you can put a limit, a budget spend, a limit of how much you will not spend above. For example, if it is the holiday, you can say, even though I don't know right now exactly how much it is going to cost me, this is the limit of how much I can spend. So as I plan for this holiday, I know I am planning within this budget. As I plan to buy clothes, to buy gifts for friends, as I plan to buy gifts for customers, this is the budget I'm setting aside to do that. This will help you when you finally now go to deploy the spending, so that you don't find yourself going to the market or going to the shops to buy clothes and you're responding to the pressure which is there or to the costs that have been set by the people that you're buying from. So put an estimate of how much you will spend on each activity. And remember, as you're doing that, we are not just doing for December alone. We're saying both December and January are heavy consumption months. And therefore, as you list the activities that you must do, you're listing the activities for January, you're also listing the activities for December. For example, December, most probably it will be the holiday, it will be gifts for family, it will be a lot of social activities and engagements that you want to do. January, you know it is going to be school fees, new school uniforms, books that you must buy, the rent that you must pay. All those cost items are the ones that we are saying you list them as number 1, and then number 2, put an estimate. There are some that will be automatic. You're sure you know how much. If it is school fees, for example, you know how much school fees you're going to have to pay in January. List them. That enables you to be intentional in how you spend your finances. And then number 3 is adjust the cost items where need be. So you have listed the activities that you want to do, you have put down the budget, and probably you realize, I don't have all this money to meet all these activities. So what do I do? This is where now you come down. We said we are being intentional in the way we relate with our finances. You'll be realistic. For example, when you do your budget for December and January, you'll find it requires more than triple the amount of money that you can afford to raise between November and December. So go back to that list of the items that you must do, scale them down, adjust where you need to adjust. For example, if you've set a budget of, say, 50,000 or 100,000 for clothes, can you adjust them to half? Because in any case, it's not that you don't have clothes, you already have clothes. So can you adjust it to half? If it is that holiday that you're planning, instead of spending so much, instead of spending X, Y, can you then reduce it to A, B, so that you are you are working with a realistic budget. Do not bow to the temptation to just spend money that you don't have. So those are the 3 points for this week. Number 1, list all the items that are going to cost you in the month of December and January. Number 2, put a cost estimate to how much you are likely to spend. Number 3, adjust the budget where need be. When you do that, then you're becoming intentional. You're avoiding the regrets that we normally have in January. We have said you're doing this for both December and January, because the temptation that we normally get is to just think about December in isolation. So we go, we spend everything that we have, and then we come after fast. January is facing us, and then now it starts to become that January, because we were not intentional, we did not plan for it. So we are saying an intentional person will budget for both December and January, because they are very heavy consumption months. You cannot afford to spend on one and leave the other. So that's it for today. I wish you all the best, and as the holidays approach, I wish you in advance all the best as you plan for the holidays. Thank you.